The Less You Know is a comedy news podcast. Listen as your hosts turn headlines into punchlines. This podcast contains adult humor and language, so it's not for the faint of heart, nor the faint of age. Seriously, folks, if you faint on us, that's on you.
I'm Brandon Babcock.
I'm Andre Lamilza.
I'm Nicole, the artist formerly known as Nicole, also known as Rodriguez. Hello.
Nicole, the artist formerly known as Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, I forgot it. Never mind. Hello.
The artist.
And who's this fine gentleman on your shoulder?
Oh, it's Laszlo, special guest Laszlo. Laszlo, you want
Audio listeners might remember him from the guy who used to interrupt the podcast all the time.
Yeah, Birdie
All the
Baby.
time.
Hi, Birdie Baby. Oh, he doesn't want to.
Like probably episode,
Everybody.
like, I could figure this out real time, but
Yes.
probably episode like 70 to 90. Maybe not. He's a sweet baby.
I've had to ignore him for most of the day, so I figured I'd bring him out here.
Oh, I do the same thing to
Yeah.
Barry. He's gotten a lot better with getting into things he shouldn't, but when I'm working during the
Mhm.
day, I'm generally like, you stay in your side of the house.
If he
Me here.
if he stayed here the entire time that I worked, I would have him on my shoulder the whole time, no question. But that's not what happens anytime. He'll
Yeah.
fly around somewhere
Yeah.
else, or he'll get on my shoulder and then try to climb up it and chew on my keyboard and go on my tablet, poop on my tablet, like just too much stuff. And I'm like, all right, dude, calm down.
Yeah, Hiccup and
The other one.
Rue,
I'll remember them eventually.
they just like we have like basically there's a little hub for them in each room that they'll kind of go to. So they usually generally don't bother me, but like I've gotten to the habit of just
Right.
just picking them up and putting them somewhere else. Like I basically gotten one of those things where it's like if you're watching like a movie or a cartoon and like the person's like so set in their life, they're like typing, lifting, lifting, like they're not phased by their work anymore. They just know
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
thing's gonna be in the way half the time.
Mhm.
So like they're
Oh.
just they've like I think I can just tolerate certain things with them, but like
Right.
hard nose out of rooms, it's just like
Yeah.
I just had Lynn take away Hiccup from the door because he's like meow 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 to let me in. He's putting his little hands under the door because he wants to come in.
Meow, 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 meow,
And I was like,
meow,
Lynn, can you just take him away and put him in the window? She took him away, put him in the window. He's fine.
meow. Okay. There you go. They don't know what they want. They think they know
Their
what they
attention
want.
span is so small.
Yeah, that is so true. Like pets are like, oh my God. And then they see something else like, oh,
Oh,
Like every time
Oh.
they're interested in to sniff my food, I'll pick them, put them in front of the window, and they'll go like, look out the window and be like, I don't even remember what I was looking at a second ago.
yeah. Yeah.
So they're you just have to shift their attention.
yeah,
Gotta.
pretty much.
Gotta.
I gotta get this guy like some sort of wooden something to chew on because
Oh.
he sure likes chewing on my wardrobe when he goes over there. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
You think you could get like a
Oh.
little bird stick to attach to your microphone so you can just sit on it?
You would end up chewing the microphone and the wires.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Brandon, say what you're going to say. We cut you off
Yeah,
twice.
go ahead.
Oh, no worries. This can wait. But for the first time in what feels like forever, I have local news. So I just I decided to watch a lady Dimatow I don't know how to say her name still. It's not important. Big titty lady from Resident Evil 7.
All lady. Doug Dimmadome?
Yeah, that
Doug
one.
Dimmadome. We'll call her Doug Dimmadome. We'll call her Lady Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome. So I was really high the other day, and I was like putting pieces together in my mind, and I was just like, I would love to watch a Lady Doug Dimmadome ASMR video because they exist.
I'm sure they do.
I was like,
and I'm.
and can I tell you, it was just a delight. It was just
That's
it was
good.
just
So
a
wait,
delight.
is someone imitating her voice like an ASMR?
They don't. This was a video production. That someone was in full cosplay.
I was
their
gonna ask.
voice-
Literally,
I
I was
don't
gonna
know the
ask.
other-
Were they in cosplay? And
Yeah.
I'm like, they must have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if they necessarily put too much of a voice on, but they were like, like I'm sure they were trying to seem like they had a huskier voice.
I'm going to step on you.
She is like what 7'9" or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I'm me.
9'7". I don't
Some
know.
big, crazy
Tall.
tall, crazy tall.
I'm
Yeah.
going to step.
It was nice. like at first she was gonna get me, but then she served me wine, and I was like, oh, thank you.
She's in your wheelhouse of ladies, right? Right, Brandon?
Oh God, yeah,
Kind of big lady
this
that can kill you.
absolutely. Yeah,
Last
honestly,
it
it doesn't have to be a big lady.
Yeah,
it don't have to be
can
big. It
kill
don't have
me.
to be big. I'm just saying in general.
Brandon said it before on the podcast. He wants a dummy mommy.
Yeah, I know.
I want someone who will murder me. Maybe.
I always like to check because sometimes you think someone was into a thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how many times someone's like, Nicole, this, and I'm like, no. So
Yeah, I get some misses sometimes, but
not you.
Yeah.
You're very
No,
you hit most of the time.
I feel like
You're pretty
I've
zeroed in
learned.
at this point. We've known each other for how
Yeah.
long now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a while. Yeah, definitely don't. I want to get it out there. I've pretty much dated very few people who fit that sort of MO. So honestly, I would argue my type is intensive. Like if someone's intense seeming, I'm like, hello.
I obviously don't know Jenny too personally too much because I haven't hung around her too much.
Yeah.
But I feel like from what I've met Jenny in the very beginning, when I know Jenny, that she has that Dami mommy power, but in
I
like,
can see it in her, you know? Yeah.
but in the intellect.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they can be smart. You don't have to be.
Because I was always like, okay, what's Jenny bringing to the table that hits Brandon's like markers of that? And I was like,
Yeah.
she's super smart, informative, and very. These are all. I'm gonna say these are all compliments, Dr. Jenny, and like very. What's the word? I want to say persistent. I feel like it's a negative word. Like very
persistent.
authoritative.
I don't know. Authoritative. It's like she could take charge. She seems very confident, you know, like very like.
I do appreciate persistence.
I feel like there's a word somewhere.
I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I want, and I know what I want to do.
I
Like,
feel like there's a word I'm trying to surf for.
okay,
Surf the web for. Like, I'm not actually looking, but
Yeah.
like something that's like a positive, forceful, not forceful.
determined.
I don't know. Like, I get it from like when she
Determined.
texts me where she's like,
Assertive?
here's all this information. Like, she's just ready with information. Yeah, I guess assertive.
Determined.
Like, she's ready with information. It's like 99% of the time super helpful. Well, I can't even say 99. She's only giving me 100% helpful information from my perspective. But it's always like she's there. She's never hesitant to give it to you, and I like that about her. I respect that. I like people who can just give them. So I feel like that's a very dominant trait. Like you can't tell Jenny to not do that, Brandon.
Oh yeah.
That's the personality. I think is where she brings the Dami mommy. Unless you guys are doing something Dami mommy in the bedroom that I don't know about. But
I can break this because this is not the more you blow.
The more you blow.
she screamed
No.
yes. Dr. Jenny.
Yeah, those are all I think pretty close assessments.
Yeah.
I think from dating the opposite of that, not to say the absence of it. The absence of it is completely different. I can work with the absence of that, but the opposite of that, I think, made me realize that a little bit better about myself. But yeah, it just like the ASMR, it was good. It was good. She was very nice. She gave me the wine. What I did, I have a standing desk. I'm standing right now. I'm standing, and I lowered my chair and I raised up like halfway through the video. I was like, oh my God. I raised up the desk and lowered my chair. I'm just like,
I can get into this.
Immersive.
And now you're like, take your shirt up and you're like, now slice me.
Funnily enough, I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, I never finished the video. Like, I don't know if I end up dying in that video. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, you don't know if she kills you by the end of it.
Yeah, I think I got like 15 minutes in and I'm like, yeah, that was nice. And I walked away.
She probably
I probably
kills
paused
you.
it, but like,
No?
probably. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Were you the one did you send me the drawing of the dude like holding, or did I send it where they were trying to figure out what's underneath her dress?
Yeah, you sent that to
What's
me.
her real height? Yeah, and the last one was like a dude burying his face in her ass.
Yeah.
And he's
Jesus.
holding her up as the
Raising her
height.
up.
I sent it to Brandon, and he's just like me.
That's funny. I mean, I get it, man.
Yeah, butts are great.
What's
You ever
our
seen a
great?
butt?
Those are great.
Oh, God.
Authoritative dudes also. I get it on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking charge and shit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's
yes.
something nice about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm all. I think I'm
feel
all
like-
just about the equality authoritative.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't want someone.
no.
I don't want someone
No.
to be baby like
No,
a baby.
no.
It's that's the same. I think that's the same reason why it stays out of the bedroom is because people will make that a lifestyle. They'll be like, I've been on a dating app and they're like, oh,
Yeah, when it's like your whole thing, it's like, all right, relax.
Yeah, I'm like, rein it in.
Relax.
That's kind of messy.
I feel like if you're doing like close to baby stuff, I think that's a red flag.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want if you're both adults and you're consenting and all that, but it's just a little weird. You know?
Yeah, but if you're like, there's nothing wrong dating people who are small. I mean, I dated someone who's small.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but like, I feel like if your way is to go out of your way for that, and then on top of that, you want them to be like a baby.
No, I know.
Like
it's
that combination
wrong,
is a really
weird.
big red flag.
Yeah.
But if that dynamic legally keeps you in a healthy place,
That's
and
the
it's
thing,
what's preventing you from doing that,
Yeah.
then I'd rather you be there.
Yeah, and also like there's some. It's not a guarantee that person is actually like anything dangerous. It's just they're weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just red
It's just
flags
not
pop up.
appealing.
The mental.
Me personally.
Yeah.
I've read the argument, not that I've spent a lot of time thinking about little culture, but little culture is there and it requires thought, and I try not to. But it, like, I remember someone was trying to defend it by saying, like, oh, it's like, don't police how I decide to, like, step away from my own reality to, like, physically, like, mentally relieve myself. And I'm like, sure, but
Yeah. I mean,
oh, no.
people are gonna have opinions. What are you gonna do? I feel like
if you're a listener of this podcast in a little, I have no problems with you. If you don't listen to this podcast,
it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Immediately judged.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure if you walked into my house, you'd be like, why do you do that? And I would say, who cares? So, like, I'm not trying to be holier than thou.
I'm always trying to, like, my thing is just, even when I find it weird or when I find it, like, I don't know if that's good or not. Even then, sometimes, or most of the times, I'm just like, you know what? If my criteria is no one's getting hurt, both adults, consenting, whatever, right? And then besides that, the world's your fucking oyster, man. I don't know what you want. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna tell you what's what. Do whatever you want. I can think what I want though. Yeah. I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think I have a good knowledge of. I think I have a good knowledge of what I like because I have tried so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way to find out.
The only way to find out.
Then you also discover things that you didn't even know existed, and you're like,
there's a lot of things I haven't tried.
Hey, that is it.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like I haven't tried enough because I've never had that moment of finding something that I didn't know.
Same.
You know, like, because I could have guessed the whole, like, you know, just having domineering personality traits as being something I'm like, ooh, because of, like, I was very I'm an only child. Like, I was very parented. And so for a long part of my life, I feel like I didn't make a lot of decisions. Not that I'm saying I like people. Now I know what I want. I like making decisions. But the idea that someone is very much pointed towards that, I'm like, great, that's familiar. You know, like, that's, if that makes sense.
That's what gets it.
The Pun Princess said, you want to impress me in a dating app? Show me a meal you can cook me. Win with the culinary prowess. I will say on dating apps, I saw a lot of women saying they want a man who can cook. I think we're in an age now where you know, they want, men are finally have to get in the kitchen.
You want to impress me in a dating app? Don't use a dating app.
Don't use it.
Get off of it. Just fuck around.
That would really impress. Yeah. I think culinary is definitely important for more men to do, because I think just living in a patriarchy, that kind of work-life balance has never been reciprocated, traditionally speaking. And that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I will say some local news for me.
Yeah.
This has been an ongoing thing that me and Lynn have been kind of observing. So we have a handyman who came to, like, fix our stuff.
Oh, okay.
Hot. Does he look like Mr. Builder from Sex Education?
God. Don't even talk to me about Mr. Builder from Sex Education.
I have one question. Is it Mr. Builder from Sex Education?
No, it is not Mr. Builder.
Shut.
Damn it! Is it Bob, the Builder?
No, it's not Bob.
Can he fix it? Yes, he
can. He can fix it. Billy can fix it. But he came to, like, fix our sink. It got clogged, like, immediately. I don't think it was us. I think there's probably stuff down there from people before us. And he was telling us a story about one of the other tenants behind us. And he was like, oh, is this he's this chick who I came to fix her sink, and he was like, I need you to fix the leak. There's a leak. There's water coming out, and he's just like, there's no water down here.
Yeah.
Like nothing's leaked. And she's like, no, there's a leak. And he goes, there's a clog in your sink, and the water's to the top, but there's no water underneath. So in my head, I'm like, does she not know what a leak is?
She turns on the faucet. See, it's leaking.
He's like,
I don't understand why it's not working.
well, this is not supposed to come out.
If no leak, then explain.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't know. But the thing is, it's like, I know with our leases, it's kind of like, if it's a problem you cause, you have to pay for it.
It makes sense.
So I'm like, okay, she probably got her hair all clogged in it. The sink's backed up. So she called the guy. She's probably trying to, but I'm like, how can you, like, how do you think you can get away with that? Calling a clog a leak? Like, I just couldn't fathom it. Oh, bye, Nicole.
Oh, excuse me.
But yeah,
Nice.
I just
Bird in
don't, I
hand.
just don't understand how that's a thing. So it's like, all we know is it's a blonde girl, and we recently discovered that there's 2 blonde girls living behind us, and
Same place? 2 different places.
actually, we recently found out they live in the same apartment.
Oh.
They're younger. I think they might be in their early 20s or something. Maybe not. I have no idea. And then there's been a few times where they've been doing like sexy photo shoots in front of my window here, because I'm kind of in the front of the building.
Okay.
But, like, there was one point where she was just kind of doing it like, and my desk is facing like right in my face, like her ass, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ! Like, and the thing is like, it's not like total day, so you can see me in the window, and I'm just like, okay. So I pull the window down and close it. And then recently they were just like, a bunch of them were just like smoking. I don't care, smoking weed, but they were smoking weed like right in front of our apartment. So our apartment started smelling like weed. I don't want that shit in. Yes, like that. Brandon, for audio listeners, Brandon is posing, trying to do cute poses.
I don't know how to do cute poses. What are people on
Just
Instagram
do
even doing?
two peace signs.
Oh,
I don't
like
know. Yeah.
it's like, fine, do it outside. I don't care. Like, but
Yeah.
it's like they don't think about how like we have windows. They're doing it in front of
Sure.
it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing too is when we first moved here, they parked their car in our spot.
Mhm.
This person.
Okay.
And we're pretty sure we know who this person is now. But they parked their car in our spot that we owned, but they just did it, I don't know, because no one was there at the time. And we told them to move it, and then they would.
Sorry, finish. Pun Princessa had a great suggestion for for missed opportunity for this photo shoot. It's just if it could set it up in a way where you could put on some spooky mask and be in the window in the background, just looking at the camera and one of their, that'd be so awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. Like spooky ghost.
I said that if we have another if there's another Halloween and we finally all get to have a Halloween party in person, I said if it's in person, I will do full Jim Carrey's The Mask. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, I do remember.
Well,
I said I will do it all, but it has to be in person.
Yeah.
I will set a bar. We can even do the Halloween episode live. I assume we'll all be vaccinated. But speaking thereof, I have my first appointment on Wednesday. I'm very excited.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations.
I gotta
starting.
do that. Yeah.
Are you getting it through Jenny?
Kinda.
Well, we don't need to talk about that public. But
wait, so she parked the car there and then left the premises?
yes.
So, okay, it sounded like earlier you were trying not to call her or them self-centered. You can just call them self-centered.
I'll say this. Her personality said everything when we saw the car, and the entire license plate was covered in gemstones.
Oh, fun. Oh, crystals speak to them, you could say.
And then their letter of their first name. And their letter of their first name was in gemstones hanging from
Bedazzled.
the bedazzled. That's it. They were bedazzled. Everything. Lynn saw a package today and she's like, I think I know who this person is. And then she sent me a link. She found her TikTok because she kept doing TikToks recently.
Oh my God. You've got a TikToker.
Juicy.
Oh my God. You have to send them to me.
Last night, before she figured this out, Lynn was like, I feel like she probably does those TikTok things a lot too. And I was like, why? She's like, well, we've always noticed that she has the colored lights up in her window. And I was like,
Oh.
huh. And then when I look at the video, it's like her in the bedroom with the colored lights and her in front of the stairs that are like the same as our stairs and stuff. And I'm like, all right, it's probably all her.
Interesting.
So she's just like in her own little world. It's very clear that she's trying to get famous off TikTok.
You could be next to the next Charlie, whatever the fuck her name is. 17-year-old lady.
Hoffman.
17-year-old girl that's way too famous for doing nothing.
Charlie D'Amelio?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. I hate that I know that.
D'Amelio.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, she's gotten a lot of undeserved hate.
Oh, for sure, of course.
She's
a teenage girl.
But she's also a spoiled baby.
Yeah.
at the same time.
I mean, yeah.
But she's a teenager and she's rich. What do you expect?
Yeah, they're supposed to be stupid and dumb. Yeah. How old is this girl? You reckon? Like,
She could be anywhere between her 20s and 30s.
okay. So you think she's at least in her 20s?
I don't get the whole TikTok thing, but if I could get famous off of TikTok, I wouldn't say no.
I would.
Maybe I'm just secondhand embarrassed.
I mean, if you're closer to our
So-
age, it's a little embarrassing if you're just like yanking off of a trend from people 10 years
Yeah.
you're younger
But
than you.
if she turns out to be like 20, I'll be like, whatever.
If you're trying to do your own thing on TikTok, that's different. It's not the platform. It's just
What I
we're
think
doing.
we've uncovered is the way that we get around
Yeah.
that as older people is that you do, like, let's say, for instance, the last TikTok meme I can think of is the one where, it's like a song playing and then the screen goes off and the lights come back and it's red and someone's doing something
it goes
funny or sexy. Yeah.
Those
So I
crack
do
me
that.
up.
And when the light turns back on, I'm just like, ooh, my back. I'm 31.
Those make me I'm so conflicted about those because on the one hand, they make me cringe really hard. And on the other hand, sometimes they're very cool.
Oh.
So it's like a duality. I'm like, what?
Okay,
Yeah,
but here's the thing though. That since we've been away for 2 months, although this happened a while back, a lot of those people are nude, and you can find out. A lot of people will screenshot it and then up the contrast, and you can just see them naked.
Oh.
And there was a whole Reddit dedicated to a bunch of people.
Uh-oh,
and a lot of women were exposed to that. And then
that's not great.
And then that Reddit got shut down, and people were like, maybe we should stop this trend.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, maybe we should intervene on
Those
free
things are
speech.
definitely on like.
It's occasionally a problem.
I don't think a lot of people know how like editing works.
Yeah.
Like
They don't
photo
understand
editing.
that.
I'm like, do you keep up with the Five Nights franchise? Five Nights at Fredster's? Like that whole gimmick is like literally him hiding things and contrasting imagery and like cryptid stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's
Just really quick, I want to address Kirby mentioned Jesus older people at my reference of calling older people. But I saw a TikTok recently where this woman in it buys something from a store, gets ID'd, the person hands it back immediately. They go, "Oh, that was fast." And they go, the cashier says, "Oh, well, it doesn't start with 19, so." And then the person's just like,
yeah.
And so essentially to me, when I saw that, I didn't go in the state because I'm already aware that I'm an old person. But like specifically, I was like, oh yeah, younger people are born before or after the 19s.
I mean, if it starts with
right
19,
now.
then yeah, you're good. Just
Yeah, you're an older person to me.
But it's just not great. But here's the thing: I always say older people my whole life, and now I want to be like, am I gonna be like 60 and be like, well, no, older people?
Well, people
Yes,
say your brain is like feel like you're in your 20s till the die.
I've said this like 4 times on the podcast. My grandmother literally looked at me in the eye. She's 92. She just said, I feel like I could still do backflips like I used to in gym when I was like 16.
That makes me profoundly sad in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's the exact reason why I was like, oh, by my mid 30s, if I'm not already doing it, I need to be one of those 60-year-olds who runs marathons, because if I'm gonna always feel like this, I need to stop my body dying.
Yeah, well,
I need to slow that down so I can be me longer.
That's why I started. That's one of the reasons why I just started working out like a ton, because I'm just like, look, I want to be a guy who's like 60 and my back is great. That's why I have an ergonomical chair. That's why I work out.
I've been trying to work out.
And
I'm
I
not
sleep on the
great at
couch.
it. It's been like a year or two at this point, but I'm trying. It's a very slow. It's a slow burn. I've never done more than twice a week in my life, and I should.
I've gone extra. You gotta go extra hard.
I
on your
know.
own.
I'm not good at it. I wish I could just to do it like 4 times.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say have him work out for you.
Just to work out for me. I wish.
Well, I'm just in the room.
I feel like I should. I just want to be like, hey, can I just go to you 4 times a week instead?
You could.
I asked him. Whatever. I'm not gonna talk about this now. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we should eventually do news, but I think if you haven't necessarily fallen too far away from your physical peak in your life, maybe you have less to worry about.
I feel tired a lot. My back sucks.
Same.
Get ergonomical chairs like me.
I'm trying to teach myself to eat better, but failing.
Look, Deshaun got the same chair as me. I didn't even know he got it. and he was just like, my back feels amazing. This chair does good shit.
Yes.
The biggest difference is I already have
Shaq sits in it.
I already have lasting damage to my back. That's why I'm seeing a chiropractor.
But it can help more. I feel
Wait,
like
real quick,
I'm sorry,
real
but I'm
quick.
gonna say it.
You see
Chiropractor,
this?
I feel like is voodoo juju stuff.
Oh no, he physically moves me around and cracks my back. It's gotten better. I think chiropractic to some degree is that, but this person used to have surgery privileges just because of how much he understood the inner workings of the spinal.
But I'll say this: I feel like 99% of them are just making people's bodies worse.
Maybe the first time I saw a chiropractor, they cracked me real good and it hurt, and they're like, "That's fine." And I told another chiropractor this, and they're like, "That's not fine." And I was like,
"What am I doing?"
Oh,
I need to go to a massage therapist because I just want to go. I want to get a massage. That's it. I just once in my life. I wish I could pay someone right now to walk all over me because my back hurts.
Yeah.
Go to the guy that me and Gene went to.
I know. I've been wanting to.
I felt like my body just transcended.
I've been wanting to, but then the fucking pandemic happened, and I was like, all right, well.
Yeah, like we were talking and relaxed, and then he brought up how much he hated Trump, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. No, you and
tell me more.
You melted away at that point.
You both recommended this guy, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I, when I had time, fucking pandemic hit, and I was like, cool, great.
Yeah. Yeah. I live right near a massage envy.
I want to get a haircut. I want to plan getting another tattoo. I'm like, I want to do all these things, and I'm like, I can't.
I definitely want to get my tattoo. I've been waiting.
Yeah. I've been thinking on getting a whatchamacallit, the Order of the Triad tattoo. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Because I love it so much, and it's a very neat symbol. But yeah. And then I'm thinking on
I'm all for nerdy tattoos.
Because I don't want a ton of tattoos. I just want a few good ones. But I'm like, okay, Order of the Triad, that one's dope. And I'm like, I'm trying to think of this is the tricky one. I'm trying to think if I get a Beetlejuice tattoo, what to do that wouldn't be tacky as hell, because that could so easily be really
Alex Brightman's
tacky.
face.
Yeah. On your chest, like Steve-O has his own head.
Yeah, but just like when you go to have sex with someone, they just like the first thing they see when you take your shirt off.
Yeah, they're like, about to see the goods. What?
Alex Brightman
It's
between
it's like Steve-O, how he has his whole fucking like self.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Alex Brightman between the titties. That's
oh my god.
Yeah, I was in
I
and they're like, oh, the tits were great, but Alex Brightman.
Yeah, I have to.
Fucking
I have
knee.
to think hard on it because it's so easy to be really, really tacky and lame with something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tattoos are tough. I want to get tattoos, but my mom hates the idea of me having tattoos, which is the only reason I don't already have like a ton. But that and money.
Tattoos are
expensive.
Like
even just my small ones.
I want sleeves.
Yeah.
Sleeves are cool. I like sleeves. Not tattoo sleeves, just sleeves. I love them.
Big fan.
I wanted I like Irizumi tattoos, the Japanese tattoo, but I feel like that's like very weird and culture appropriate for a white dude to wear those. I've been trying a really, really long time. And the reason why I like them is because I like the shapes. I like how they're smooth and flowy and there's flowers. But I'm like, I've been trying so long to find somebody who uses that method to do something unique. But I just keep only finding that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just keep reassuring me, obviously including those artists who are like, no, it's fine. No one cares if you're white dude.
Yeah,
Just
I
don't get
really
like
don't.
the Oni or like the tiger on your. I don't want the tiger. I feel like that's.
I feel like.
I'm sorry, Yakuza, but.
Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay away from dragon.
I feel like you're overthinking it a little
koi.
bit. Like, I think it's fine. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing. I've also seen dudes like kind of the ones that like I've wanted, or girls, and they're right, and I just go, like I have that reaction when I see it on them, and I'm like,
pretty
what's
funny.
What's it gonna look like on me though?
That's pretty funny. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. Also, Jenny in chat, Barbara Adam Monsters. That would be sick. That's you, do Nicole. I wouldn't want that. See, I want to. Here's the thing. I don't love. Thank you for the suggestion, though, Jenny. I appreciate it. I don't want, like, for me, just me personally, I don't think they look bad on other people necessarily, but I don't like the tattoos that are like renderings of a person, or like, you know what I mean? Like if they're too like,
I'm the same way.
If I ever got anything like that, the artist would have to be really, really, really good, and I would not be able to afford that, and two, I don't know, where am I going to find that? Like, I don't know, like it's not a priority.
Yeah.
For me.
You're a wonderful life painter. I would not. you especially, I feel like would have the eye to go, oh, this is very bad, and it's on me forever now. Like,
it's hard to do it.
I don't know. It's no, it is. That's the whole reason why I've taken a long time, because it's like when I go away from that style of tattoo, Irezumi tattoo, it just ends up being like people doing geometry or people doing weird squiggle shapes.
Yeah. That
Or
was my thought, was
weird
geometry.
arts and crafts versions, or animals, or just like there always just ends up being modern or realism, and I'm like, why is no one creating this like unique one? And then I found one that was like in Thailand. This one artist that was doing a really unique
you showed
style.
me that, yeah,
and it didn't look like any form of like culture appropriative or like anything too specific. He was just kind of using that, but he's over there. He's like super high in demand. It's almost like literally impossible for me to get in touch with this guy, especially after COVID.
I mean, you'd have to go to Thailand,
and
and especially right now.
I mean, I wouldn't care about going there. That'd be fun.
I mean, just right now.
I can go hang out with all the elephants, all the girls on dating apps hang out with.
I just mean right now. Yeah, you can't travel or anything.
Yeah, no. But even then, it was like almost impossible. He's just like always booked up. Like he's got a huge waiting list, and I'm like, come on, why? I feel like the person that I want to find is out there. I just don't know how to find them.
It's tough to find it when you're looking for it,
and I just don't want to keep going. I don't want to be like, well, I'm 50, and I'm like, finally, I found him.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe find someone with really great technical skills who makes just general ones, and then really just draft up something that fits for you.
I don't know.
And like be like, hey, just do this. Like replace the, like, let's say if it was like a dragon and their cloud elements, or like fish and water elements, etc. Or tiger grass. I haven't looked at a lot of these tattoos, but just replace it with something like that. Something Andre centric, like a bowl of pasta and
a pop and a boopy.
And some
I feel like I will get one goofy tattoo, but it's definitely gonna need a place that people are not commonly gonna see. And it's not gonna be huge. I'm not gonna get like a big plate of pasta on my back.
Have you asked
no
Kelly about?
Oh yeah, I've asked her,
if she knows any.
But she just doesn't know anybody that's like looking specifically for what I want. And like, I don't want a tiger and stuff. Like I like the ones that I've seen where it's like flowers and water, like some stuff that's like soft and interesting. I don't want anything too hard or rigid. Like those are still cool, but I don't know. It's just like, why can't there be anyone making this stuff that's just, there's gotta be somebody. I just don't know how to find them. I've been waiting so long.
Instagram's a good place.
Go the route. I could go the route that my friend in Canada did when I got this tattoo on my arm. He wanted this huge arm sleeve thing, and he's like, I wanted to have like this dragon. I went to look at it, and he's a really extremely talented artist. Like he drew the tattoo himself and like staged it out on an arm, and it would literally translate to what he wants. And he gave it to this one artist at this tattoo place. And he's like, I know you could fucking do this, man. He goes, I don't know if I can do this. He goes, no, just practice it. It's gonna be really cool for you. And he's like, and it's gonna be like the top tier of your career, and it's gonna make some cool shit. I'm like, why are you harassing him to do something he doesn't do?
Yeah, also, if you're convincing your tattoo artist that they're good enough, that's not a great.
I mean, the artist he wants is probably capable. Like he showed me his stuff. It's really good. Like he literally is trying to find someone that he knows could probably do the best job at replicating it. But it's just like the fact that he has to hype this guy up so much. And he's like, this is my plan. 1 year, hyping him up, having him practice it over and over. 1 year. He's like, I'm even paying him to like practice it. My friend is also very wealthy. He does a lot of cons and is very successful, makes a shit ton of money. But he's just been hyping. He ended up getting it. I actually haven't seen it yet. I haven't even asked him. But he's super happy with it, so I should ask him an update and be like, yo, how does it look? But I could just do that route. I could just harass somebody and be like, hey, I know you're really good, but can you draw shapes like this? They're probably just going to go to an Irezumi tattoo artist. I don't know. But I don't know. I just want like a unique, cool tattoo. I don't want just like a, bam, Japanese tattoo. I don't know.
I feel you.
And then I don't want bam geometric shapes on you. It's like, okay,
those are fun.
I don't need it to be like so.
I'm very picky.
I don't need it to be so unique that I'm like, none of you have a tattoo like this. It's just like I want someone who's like feeling their work and just like, ooh, I tried to create something. Like with Kelly's tattoo artist, she was just like, just do your thing. Like it turned out great. Like I'm gonna hire Natalie Hall to do something, but I want my sleeves done first before I go to her, which is why I've been waiting so long to get one from her, because then I can figure out where I actually want it.
Sure.
But it's like. But with her, I'm just like, I want this. I want you to do your thing. Like with Kelly, she's just like, I have like a tattoo that no one else is ever gonna have by an artist, his own image, like it, because she's like
dead.
She said you should
dead artist.
Dead artist. She's
never get this again.
Yeah. she's basically like, just like think about it. It's like if you're hanging a painting in your house that you're never going to be able to get rid of. That's what you should think about a tattoo.
Sure.
Like it's going to be, she's like, think about it like a piece of art that you're never going to get tired of looking at and that you're always willing to hang in your house. Don't get a tattoo that you think is just like funny and you know probably in the back of your head you would never want to see that painting in your house
Yeah.
in the next 10 years. 100 years, sorry. 10 years. Your whole life.
Yeah.
100 years. You're going to live a long time.
Okay.
Modern medicine is getting better.
Brand, you can read, or were you going to say something about tattoos?
Oh, I don't have much to say. I'm also very picky about tattoos. I feel like I've seen other brown people with colored tattoos, and I don't think it's a great look. Not to shame anyone's tattoos. Do what you'd like. I'm sure it looks great. Just my own personal, I'm like, if I were a different color and someone put like blue, like outside of like red, like I know colors fade really fast on brown skin too. Anyways, we have a submitted.
I was going to say real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
On brown skin, I've found that like the blackish blue ink that kind of fades looks way better on brown skin than it does on white skin. I tend to find.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's things to consider there.
Like it just contrast. It's just color. Like it's art. Yeah. Humans are art.
Exactly.
We're canvas.
Getting in.
Like, because the thing is, you put too many vibrant colors though on a white, someone who's extremely pale, it just looks like they're a coloring book.
Yeah.
Which can be fun. Did you ever see that Joker guy?
Did you ever see the back of what Ben Affleck's tattoo? Whose tattoo is it? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was Ben Affleck. the Phoenix.
Yeah, he's got a giant, colorful rainbow phoenix on his back.
It's very funny.
It looks awful.
I don't know why. I get that. He thinks he's a phoenix.
Okay, we can read this now.
Okay.
Whoever wants to read it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so angry.
So this is submitted by the Pun Princessa. Okay, we have a local chiropractor who forces people to go more than monthly and bullies his customers. He sets up a fake spine alignment checker that makes it look like your spine is crooked, but it's a trick. He makes people think kids need kids. They're so flexible. They're like all cartilage. Like you can bounce a kid like a bouncy ball. Like,
there's
really
no child on earth unless they have some sort of condition or something
degenerative
that would need.
But even then, you should be really careful snapping a kid's back.
I'm just saying.
No matter what's wrong
most kids
with their
on
back.
earth, as long as they're genuinely healthy, you don't need a chiropractor.
I generally am just always going to be a hard believer that I feel like a lot of chiropractors are probably shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, Laszlo.
I won't say them all. I'll be nice. But I'll say a good percentage of them I feel like are probably shit.
John Cryer's character from 2.5 Men, probably a really shitty chiropractor.
Probably. I also think there's probably a lot of shitty massage therapists as well.
Yeah.
Like it's someone's body. You don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
You might have a muscle there that no one else has.
So a cherry on top on this bad chiropractor who tries to, I don't know, reconstruct children is that also led an anti-mask protest in a grocery store on a Saturday.
Oh, so they're really a good doctor.
No one's showing up.
I kind of get chiropractor or Saturday. No one's showing yet. Fair. I kind of get Saturday because no one's working, but less people are working. I've worked on Saturdays plenty of times.
Yeah.
But
no,
it's a bad look. And speaking on not being a good doctor.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Dr. Ginny's parents went to a chiropractor who they found out was an anti-vaxxer at the beginning of all this. And they were like, oh, how far does this thread go? As they pulled on it. And they were like, gotta find a new chiropractor. So, yeah.
Well,
not great doctors, chiropractors.
No. That sounds awful.
Let's go to world news.
I could fly in the sky.
World news. Laszlo is cute.
Bye, everybody. Nicole's favorite part. Get the podcast over. She doesn't want to be.
Yeah, I love my bird. My baby.
She hates the podcast.
I hate it. Hate it. That's why I do it.
You want to grab into the news?
I just did.
Yeah.
Time to go to Italy.
Oh boy, here we go.
Is this just Italian propaganda?
Italian news. I don't know. Right. You could call it something. I don't know. There's got to be like some type of fun pun in there.
Yeah. Keep going. I'll think.
Okay. This was submitted to us by Ernesto. More than a ton of frozen pasta products are being recalled. Want to know why? I can tell you without having to read this. It's because they're not made by Italians. This wouldn't have been an issue.
Authentic pasta. It ancient pasta from ancient Italy. Still good.
They dug up old Rome and they found boxes of angel hair pasta.
of Kraft Easy Mac.
Easy. A book that said the beginning of noodles.
Yeah.
You thought it was Asia? Nope.
Mr. Kraft himself.
Mr. Kraft was buried in a tomb under the Colosseum.
Surrounded by
He
Easy Mix cheese.
We've had it all wrong. We call it the what is it? The
What do we call
we
it?
just called the Colosseum. It wasn't the Colosseum. It was actually the Cheeseseum. With cheesy
That's
noodles.
good. Yeah.
We've had
The
this
great
wrong.
big pasta bowl.
Pasta bowls. All the gods were noodles. They just we kind of read this all wrong. You'll see like what you call it. Well, that's Greek. Anyways, food inspections are crucial for reasons that are obvious. Even David Lynch couldn't make them confusing.
Good one.
Master
Avanza
of storytelling.
Pasta is recalling 2,237 pounds of meat, poultry pasta. They were produced without any inspection from the U.S. Department of Agricultural Food Safety and Inspect. Look, if you just got a bunch of Italian grandmas to make this, you wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to question it.
They really failed. They
Yeah.
failed your people.
That is true.
Why aren't they
So-
abusing our system like every other country abuses?
So
Need
what
an
you're
assembly
saying
line of
is all
grandmas.
these old people,
Assembly line of
all these
Italian grandmas.
these grandmas just sitting around on their thumbs, really wishing they could make some pasta to fill their grandsons' bellies. Put them to work.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
Put them to work.
put 'em in a
What are they
grandma
doing?
The
run.
recall includes a long list of meat and poultry ravioli and tortellini made from October 5th, 2019 and March 12th, 2021. FSIS. Never heard of them.
Bissive,
It's
yeah.
created a page with the complete list of products. See the label here. To make it easy, that was in parentheses, to make it easy to see if you got any of the impacted ones. The necessary because there are a lot of different brand names covering the Avanza pasta inside of the package. Those labels include Ambrosino's, Conte de Savana, Sovia, Frankie's Deli. God, there's an ad pop up over the whole screen. Nature's Best, Perso's Family Market, and
Okay.
basically blah blah blah. This article just says we're dumb American. We don't know how to make pasta.
Or we don't know how to make anything.
Yeah.
We don't. I honestly really do like Aziz Ansari's Master of None show on Netflix. But then in the second season, when he got really into making pasta, I was like, ugh, cut it out. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm American.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
care.
Fucking no.
That must have been like a real thing because they had that in Parks and Recs.
Huh.
He had an Italian restaurant.
Oh, that's right. Maybe he does
Yeah.
like Italian. Or it was a bistro. I don't know, whatever.
Look,
Oh,
white people culture appropriate a lot. I'll let it pass.
It's true.
Aziz can be. Aziz can. Yeah, I'll allow it. He can.
he's an honorary Italian.
I'll allow it.
He's honorary
He can have a little bit of a cultural appropriation as a treat.
As a treat.
as a
Treat
treat.
yourself.
As a treat. He'll make it up for his weird scandal.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. The scandal could have been weirder.
It could have
and
been
because
weirder.
of that, we give him a small treat.
Give him a small treat. Good boy.
Tom Hanks, big treat. No scandal.
No scandal. Tom Hanks, he can be
Aziz,
all Italian he
small
wants. We
treat.
know he's not.
I'm going to have to take away Thomas Middleditch's treat that I gave him.
Why?
Much smaller
no, what
treat.
happened?
Possibly
Oh,
no treat. Just really quick. There's a Cloak and Dagger goth club where apparently celebs and who whats go to have discreet times. There's a gothic club. It's not like they're like, coming on the walls or anything, but they go there, not a lot of press, not a
Huh.
lot of media, not a lot of talking mouths. So they go there, they feel like they can just exist.
Interesting.
Apparently, some people are saying Thomas Middleditch got a little touchy
Oh,
gropey,
no.
which, he was probably drinking. I'm not going to say that makes it okay.
see.
I haven't groped someone
Neither
who
have
didn't,
I.
wasn't drinking, which,
Yeah.
but
I don't understand
like
how.
I said, smaller treat,
What-
maybe no treat.
I don't ever I don't even do when I'm drunk with dudes. I don't even lean on them really much. Well, I mean, I guess it depends how close. But if it is just an arm around the
Depends.
shoulder,
Yeah.
But
No,
I don't know. Whenever I'm drunk, I've just never done that to women. Period. I don't even sober.
Yeah.
I literally treat every woman like there's a force field between me.
Exactly. It's one of those things, and I don't know where to draw this line because I'm sure it's more complicated than this. But it's one of those things where people are like, "Oh, hey, if you're a happy drunk, that means you're kind of not even that. That's too specific. But if you're a dick when you're drinking, you're probably just hiding it all the time. It's
Yeah.
probably under a very thin layer of protection that you've provided for the outside world, and then like some drinks get in and you become a dick. Maybe you're a dick.
Yeah, I'm a super.
You just hit it.
I'm
from
a super
us.
happy drunk.
Me
Even like I got
Yeah.
drunk with, which usually you shouldn't, but like I
Yeah.
got drunk with a shit ton of my coworkers one time. Super happy
Hell
drunk.
yeah.
It's just weird. Also, I don't want to touch people I don't know that.
That too.
But Nicole, hold on. This is going to require some mentalizing. What if you were in Silicon Valley and then you also were in that run of Sprint commercials that I'm sure made you very rich, but also very upset because now people probably just think of you just as the Sprint guy on top of just being the. So you have like this storm inside it. You gonna start touching people?
Nah.
Yeah, nah. Throw them in the ditch.
In the middle ditch.
The middle one. Yeah.
I worked at a place once where she didn't work there anymore. Like she ended up leaving while I was there. But she was I don't know, she'd say her like in her like 50s maybe, like late 50s, and the company basically would literally always call her like the auntie of that company. Like she was black and she was very like, you know, I guess I don't want to say stereotypical, but she was like that very handsy.
Sure.
So like I think I told Nicole this before, but
there's a reason why stereotypes exist. I get it.
And she's super friendly. Everyone loves her. But like one of the first times I met her, she was like super friendly, like cool. And then like I was at like an outdoor thing at a food truck, and I just feel two hands like do this across my entire head, like just engulf my head because I had like shaved my head freshly.
Yeah.
And then she just goes, "Ooh, I love it when white boys shave their head. It feels so nice." And I'm like,
wait, was that the person? Who was that person?
that was someone I'm not gonna say.
No, but I think I know. Was that?
It was a place I previously worked at.
Was it NASA? Okay, then I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
SpaceX.
It was SpaceX, another
I think
company.
I know who you're talking about because they gave me a pin for no reason once.
But the thing is, it's like normally that's an invasion of privacy, and I was like, "Who is?" But when I saw her, and after my first encounter with her, I was like, I didn't care. I thought that was hilarious.
Sure.
But it's like it's just weird. Sometimes it's just like and I only met her like once.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. But it's like if someone like I thought of other people that were like friendly to me at my job. If they did it, I'd be like, that'd be fucking weird as hell. But it's just like that friendly energy.
Sure.
Like I don't know. She just made like borderline like flirty comments to me and like some other people, but like it was never like too over the line. But to me, it's like I think it just depends on the person's energy. Obviously, it's a lot less creepy when it's a woman, but
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't want to also discern it because like there are some men genuinely don't want it. Like I know for a fact there has been like women that have hit on me in my past, even in school. Like in high school, women have hit on me that I'm not interested in. The more they got more aggressive, the more I was like, I'm really uncomfortable with this.
Oh, girls can be creepy, predatory also.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen as often, I would say, at the very much.
I don't know. I would say it probably doesn't happen as often as women, but I wouldn't say it's low.
No.
I'd say it's high in its own right.
Sure.
I just think that men trick themselves into thinking that it's fun.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too.
I think it's just because we exist in a patriarchy. There's all that synergy when a man does it that really enforces it. You know, like as opposed to like if a woman does it, you're like, oh, that's weird. That's what? Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the first things I always think of, and I mean, this is a pretty extreme example, pretty weird, gross example, but like that thing, because it's just something that would happen a lot in either in fiction or like, you know, whatever. Like that thing of like, if there's a lady teacher who fraternizes with a boy student, everyone's like, yeah, like fucking nailed the teacher, whatever. But if it's the other way around, it's like nobody's saying that.
And,
so it's like, it's
in
weird.
Some cases, the female teacher just gets away with it. And they're just
which is
because the dude judges are like, whatever.
You enjoyed it. It's just like you. Shut the fuck up. It is.
It's often grooming.
Oh,
I would assume.
It's disgusting.
And it's very in the zeitgeist.
I've never been able to put myself in those shoes where I'm like, yeah, a high schooler. Yummy, yummy. Like, I am so glad that I'm an adult because adults have always been pretty attractive.
Yeah.
And like,
well, yeah. I had crushes on so many of my teachers.
For instance,
so many. I've had like 5 crushes on teachers.
Yeah. Oh God, Miss Peck in 9th grade English. Ooh, she was fine.
Wait,
that was a good looking woman.
Do we have a similar teacher?
I think she was at my high school the whole same years because we were similar grade, same grade. Like I don't think we have the same.
She might have been my middle school teacher or something if she did middle school.
Maybe.
That name is.
Yeah.
I know I've had a teacher with that name. I don't know if it's the same one.
Was she hot like fire? Or no,
Aspire.
You
Caught
get
up
caught up
in
in the
I'm sure if I look at a picture, I'll be like,
Miss
Oh.
Peck.
Miss
my
Peck is
God.
like pretty attractive.
I've had some.
I was just
To be fair, when you're a little boy and you do
Yeah.
crush on
Yeah.
older teachers, every woman is a Resident Evil lady.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you get it.
God, I remember having.
I got it before. We had a whole thing of it.
I'm trying to catch up on my fucking high school years. Like those were fantastic.
God, I remember having crushes on teachers. What a time.
Yeah.
But
What a time.
but the thing is, it's like if there's anything I've learned that dudes are just gross overall. Because I've had dudes hit on me in an aggressive way that I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think in general.
You know, when dudes are straight or gay, they still have that same toxic masculinity just to each other.
Well, I mean, I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm not a fucking doctor, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think, I mean, there's something about it's like having a higher libido and like testosterone and all that stuff in general. That like, right? Isn't that a thing? Like a part of the reason? I don't know.
I'll just say
Yeah.
this when I'll just say this because people can manage it in a healthy way, and I think all of us do here.
Well, yeah, everyone can.
But like when
Yeah.
I think it's like the disconnect between men and women because like we don't know what being horny off estrogen and like testosterone like same thing, but like
Yeah, I mean, again, I could be wrong. I
Yeah.
don't know.
when men get a sexual high, like you feel power,
Mm.
like not like I'm strong, like
Oh, I know what you
Sure.
mean.
Like-
an on top of the world
Yeah.
sort of
yeah,
thing.
like you're like ah.
You're like at the time
Like,
of Titanic
yeah,
being held
yeah.
by Leonardo DiCaprio.
like if you feel like I'm gonna dominate everybody, then
I-
that's a red flag. But like you just feel like
unlimited power. Yeah.
yeah, unlimited power.
Unlimited
like when Kevin Durant yelled, "Anything is possible!"
like you
that sort of thing.
yeah, like anything's possible. You kind of get tunnel vision to like the feeling.
I feel you.
Like not in a way that like you can't tell what's going on, you can't
No.
control yourself, but it's just a huge rush, and it's like,
I mean, I get it somewhat.
and if things are going smooth, you just want to keep going or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm sure it happens with women too, but I don't know. It's just like it clearly creates like when you're in that mindset, it's like you have control, you know what you're doing,
Mm.
but I can see from other men's perspectives how they might take that into wrong because it's like I have all this power, I'm on top of the world, like.
Sure.
And then
Yeah.
some people might see that it goes, like they take it to the evil side. Like you're either
It's more volatile to work with.
you're either becoming like
Yeah.
a good superhero or like a supervillain.
Yeah.
like
And again, I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying I think that's part of the reason
Sure.
maybe why.
no, none of us are excusing.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it literally is like Andre's presenting. I think it's like
Probably.
literally like the Megazord versus like a monster. It's like Rita Repulsa's like, make my monster grow.
Wink.
And then meanwhile, the Megazord has to come together as a team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like women have like I'm not saying estrogen makes 5 people in your brain that need to agree,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
I think there's more going on that really just isn't observed.
I think it's more complicated. Yeah.
It's like women do it too, but it's like
Yeah.
there's a reason why it happens so much more commonly among men. Obviously, it's more
Yeah.
pieces of the puzzle. Like it's like toxic masculinity, how you're raised, media you watch.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things.
But it's like that stuff is influencing you what you do with that
Yeah.
power.
Yes. Yeah. So all of this to say, if you are a doctor, please come on this podcast. We don't know
Jenny.
anything.
Jenny!
We know what we can see, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes. This is the less you know.
Exactly. Don't listen
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah. That being said, there's something you must listen to. So last recording, there was a mystery afoot. Who is Cinnamon?
Oh,
Oh.
that's right. News update.
Oh my god.
News update.
So hold on, who did we think it was before? I gotta go back.
I'm pretty sure you had said Jeffrey Anderson Gunter, and I said that sounds like a made-up person.
Hold on. He's still not made up. Hold on. Let me go check my history.
Well, his initials are
No.
JAG.
That's what I'm saying. He does exist. It's like the fucking M&M commercials with Santa Claus that they played forever.
Hold on. How do I find my
does
history
exist.
on? Oh, I found it. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me check my history on Google Chrome.
I'm pretty sure you got it right,
No,
and I did not.
no, it's not him.
What do you mean?
It's not the same guy.
Oh, then whoever you said lie.
Hold on,
Mr.
I want to find his name.
Jeffrey Anderson Gunter, when asked, was like, yeah, I voiced 25 ads in the campaign and originated the little song, Here I Come, I Am Cinnamon.
Hold on.
So this other guy might have done like some of the non-25, non-iconic song bringing roles.
There's so many
but
TikToks.
Jeffrey Anderson Gunter, for better or worse, is the only cinnamon that I salute every time I watch an Apple Jacks commercial.
Every daily.
And
Applejack
daily.
watching.
This is my morning routine,
I found him.
night routine.
So that's the real one. I don't know how I got this because he still shows up as one of the credits for it.
Yeah.
But it was Menlik.
Minlick. I see why my nose was upturned. Who is called Minlick? I'm sure plenty of people in Germany,
He's a real person.
but I'm sure.
Okay, so his name was Minlik Zergabachu.
Amazing.
Right. That's crazy.
He's a real man, and he was on
Real
The
man.
Voice.
Minlick Zerba. Yeah,
Zergabachu,
that's
and he's on The Voice. There's tons of pictures on there. And for some reason, he comes up with the cinnamon. And now say the updated name of who the real person is again.
really fast. While we're talking about Minlick. I'm now back to what I thought last week. That is a government like safe house. That person is in witness protection. Like they were just like, oh, there's no voice actor listed for Cinnamon. What's your best Jamaican accent? Fine. You're the cinnamon guy. Like, I'm pretty sure that is a witness protection guy. But Jeffrey Anderson Gunter is the actual Cinnamon. I pulled up his internet database because when I pulled up his photo, I was like, oh, that's a super familiar face. And I can't tell if I'm remembering him from Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final insult.
I gotta say,
because he played Cabby in that.
I gotta say, I am quite smitten with him.
Are you? Wait, what is?
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I need to see.
I'm gonna pull him
what
up
you're
on the
talking
stream.
about.
And I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys.
Okay.
This is the man.
Oh my god, look at this guy. He's got a look. What is going on there?
Yeah, he's definitely
Got a
got a look.
What is going on? That is
Right?
I'm sorry.
Describe to the audio listeners, Nicole.
That is
Yeah, Nicole.
some of these pictures, that is a bad beard, my guy. I'm so sorry. Everything else is on point, but that beard is like, whoa, what?
He looks to me like what I expect any of the stage actors in the musical Cats to look like if you remove their makeup.
he's a shaved
Like-
cat from Cats, the musical.
Yes. He's a naked cat.
Fantastic.
So this is a
Wow.
photograph on his IMDb.
Oh my god. Look at this guy. Wow. He looks delightful, I have to say.
And the illustration is of himself as a Pegasus.
For the audio listeners, he has a humongous horse cock.
Oh.
Huge course cock.
Huge horse cock.
Wait.
Audio listeners.
Standing in mist
Oh, I see it. What is
with a
this?
mysterious land.
Woo.
And he's dropping sand on himself.
I don't like that his horsetail just looks like a bunch of pubes in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horsetail doesn't read. If I'm going to say there's one weak point of this, it's the horsetail.
I don't think that's the tail. I think that's the mane. That's like coming off the, that's on their head and down. You know what I'm saying?
Like some of these he
Oh,
looks
so like a
Yeah,
crazy
like a
mohawk.
crazy
some
guys.
of these he looks like some of these he looks awesome. Like I like this photo where he's
Let
like
me see. Hold
in
on.
a yellow pants and zigzaggy shirt.
Yeah, that one's good. Like that's the thing. Sometimes he looks all right.
Dress.
The one on the left
But-
above that one. He looks all right in that one. He looks all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, there's an eye thing going
yeah,
on.
there's a little bit of an eye thing going on, but like,
I think that's on purpose, though.
But I like this is the one that I was saying that when I was telling you guys before I showed you that I that there's like a charm to him, which I think this is the charming one because I feel like there's a lot of
well,
personality.
sure, it's nothing but
Oh,
personality
tons.
going on here.
I love this
That one's
one.
great. See, like if you show me that,
This is the only one that where the weird beard looks fine.
yeah, it looks for some reason it looks all right there.
It works.
I don't like this.
Well,
He should never pucker his
Oy.
lips ever.
So it's just
You just take it off the
such a
table.
strange looking guy. I don't know.
Want to come on our podcast?
Oh my god.
Oh my God. If we can secure Jeffrey Anderson Gunter,
Come on our
Great.
podcast. Never pucker your
He's
lips.
great.
he was very recently Mr. Arnold in Arnold's Caribbean Pizza, which is listed as a TV series that had
Huh.
4 episodes. He's only in 2 of the episodes,
He was in Naked Gun.
which is confusing to me as it's called Arnold's.
Oh, that horse picture was in his IMDb.
It's the number 1. That's why I brought it up. It's image
my
number
God.
1. But yes, he was in Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final insult.
Wait, is there a reflection of a window in this?
Yeah, what? I think
It looks to be.
Yeah,
that
there
wasn't a
is. There's
scanned image.
reflection of-
oh my God. Imagine if there's something in the window and then we're like national treasuring
Here's
it.
him with a Christmas reindeer.
Wow.
Here's him.
Oh,
is that a racist
this guy-
hat?
It has to rule.
I feel like this hat is like borderline racist.
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what his background
It's one of those
is.
things, like, because I
Yeah.
don't know that he's committed any sort of
I don't know
heinous
about
act.
this hat.
Well,
he
I don't
can have a
know.
little bit of cultural
I don't know
appropriation
if he's
as a
like
snack.
like what his background is either.
He's Jamaican. He's from Jamaica.
He's Jamaican? Okay.
It kind of looks like a Chinese rice farmer hat.
Yeah, a little bit. It does.
It does.
It looks
Looks like a rice patty hat.
Looks a little
Or-
sus, as the kids say.
patty hat.
Yeah, but it's not that big poofy Rastafarian hat.
He looks like he's a fun man. Like, oh man, oh, I thought it was a bunch of drag queens. He looks like he's a great guy to be around.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. That's a handsome man right there.
oh God. Me comparing him to a Cats actor was not for me to say he's not an attractive person. It's just there's something feline
Yeah.
about him.
Looks are subjective. Oh, he was in the All Avenge. No,
It's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
Definitely, if I ever have any hiring process on a live action show, I for sure want to put this guy in as a reoccurring small bit character.
oh, that would be great. He'd be great. He's like built for that.
because
He's a strange,
Yeah.
strange man.
Yeah. yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
big fan here.
Yeah. We're
Cool.
we're a little over an hour in.
So
Yeah.
I think, Andre, that it's time for you to take us away.
Here. Oh,
Thank you for coming to the
so
Less You Know
sorry.
podcast live stream. Thank you for listening to the Less You Know podcast audio. If you listen to both, thanks.
Yeah, wow, dedication.
We'd like to give thanks for Josh Tomar for doing our intro. You can find him on Tomoto on Twitter. He's amazing for that. Go check him out. We'd like to give thanks for Aaron Goldberg for the TLYK pod remix improv song at the beginning of the live show. We'd also like to give thanks to Across 1899 for letting us use our intro and our outro of our song. Yeah, I'd also like to give thanks to you guys who came. Thanks, Pun
Yeah.
Princesses, for coming. Thanks, Pun Princess, for the 3-month subscription. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kind King, for coming. Thank you, Mr. D. Kirby J. Thank you, Dr. Jenny, for coming. I don't know if there's anybody else who's just been hiding out. Some of these are bots. Silly Gnome 225. I think you're a robot. Vinnyboi111.
I don't care. Big fan of
Silly
Silly
Gnome.
Gnome.
Think you're right. I'm a big fan of Vinnyboi111. But thank
Ooh.
you guys. I decided, from now on we're gonna say thanks to the people who showed up. So your names will be
Yeah.
in the audio.
Yeah. Oh, not a bot. Vinny Boy's not a bot.
Whoa! Vinny Boy!
Hey, he's Vinny Boy.
Hey!
Yeah.
He probably hates that.
Hey, he's Woggity.
King's a bot.
All
Shit.
Oh shit, Kind King?
Damn
Fucking,
it.
I would have never guessed. That's some advanced AI.
Episode title: Vinny Boy, not a bot. He's not anywhere in the episode until the
They have to stick around to know.
So
Um,
we've had Kind King on the podcast game show
yeah.
live stream.
Mhm.
That's a long way to explain that. So Vocaloid, not just AI, fully voiced.
Ken's a fully fake man. He's computer
like a Hatsune
generated. Yeah,
Miku.
yeah.
Why is he a Hatsune?
Yeah.
He's a bot, but we've seen his face.
You know.
before.
Oh.
So it's pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome, Vinny Boy. I hope you were able to stick around to see enough of
Yeah.
it since we're kind of wrapping up here. But
Yeah. So, as always, the less you know, the better. Good night.
good night.
Bye.
All right, stop your recordings. Send them to me immediately.
No.
I'm gonna click on this.